Hey guys, my name is Sean and today I'm going to show you how I created this $15 whiteboard. Let's check it out. So to kick things off, I want to tell you about my mistake so you don't make the same mistake I did. So apparently I thought all whiteboards were the same, and so I went to Home Depot's, picked up the first whiteboard I saw, and I brought it home and did everything like how I wanted to do, and it did not work that well. And so it kind of worked but not really, and so apparently that was the wrong whiteboard. And so what you can see here is the right whiteboard. It's a 4x8. The first one I bought was a 4x7, and the material was, they're still white but they're slightly different. And so just make sure you buy the right one. I'll make sure to link it down below. And apparently these are very hot right now because the Home Depot I went to, they've been out of stock for over a week and a half, and the one I got, it was basically a return that was good enough for me. I mean, the other ones were pretty badly damaged, but this one was fine. And so all the steps are the same. I'll kind of walk you through what I did here. So I didn't want to drill any holes in the wall, and I'm using command strips. These command strips can hold up to 16 pounds. The board itself is about 20 pounds, and so I just thought that if I put enough command strips on the whiteboard, it should be able to hold it up. And it's been up for about a week now and everything seems to be fine. And so what you want to do is you want to put more command strips towards the top of the board because that's where most of the weight is. And so you want to make sure all the weight are there. And I evenly kind of measured it and spread these out as evenly as possible, just so it's pretty well balanced. I spent a lot of time measuring the space out, making sure it's centered, measuring the distance from the side of the wall, measuring the height of it, measuring what height would work for me in this whiteboard. And so I just kind of played around with it a little bit, and I think I got some pretty good measurements. And so I think one thing to note here is that I did kind of draw like an upside down T, and so at least I knew where the bottom of the whiteboard should be. And so next I'm going to get my wife here to come help me out and put it up on the board here. But before we put that up on the board, I took all the backings, I took all the tape off of the command strip just to kind of get it ready, and then I put some chairs up to kind of get it in place and get it as ready as possible, and then I can call my wife in and we can put it up together. So this part here is pretty easy with two people. The upside down T's that I drew earlier, we just started off on one side, making sure it's aligned, and then we started off on my wife's side, and then I just kind of press all the way to the left. That way we don't have a bulge in the middle. I read a couple different articles about WD-40, about how some of the oils within the WD-40 can help preserve or restore your whiteboard, and so I wanted to start off with a really good base. And so in the articles I read, it said to apply a coat or a layer of WD-40 on a paper towel and then wiping it on the board, and then after you do the whole board, you just come back one or two more times to kind of clean off. You don't want a whole lot of oil on there, but you do want enough. And so when you do use your markers to write down some stuff, when you use your eraser or microfiber cloth, it does come off easily. Here I'm just trying to clean off the dirty marks from Home Depot. I had a few fingerprints on there, so I was just trying to wipe those off, and we're all done. Let's test it out. Alright guys, everything should work now. Let's test it out. So it actually worked better than I expected. Like this whiteboard, it was pretty smooth when I was writing things down. It went down pretty smooth, and when I was erasing it, it came off pretty smoothly. There weren't any ghosting or anything like that. For 20 bucks, you can't really beat it. For me, I think I had a tough time just getting the right whiteboard in stock, and so I think you might have that problem now with a lot of people with homeschooling and stuff like that. And so that's probably the toughest part about this. Everything else is pretty easy, no holes in the walls. This project was kind of twofold. One fold for me to practice whiteboard, because I think that's always needed in the workplace, and another one for me to play around my kids and make drawings and stuff like that for them. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. Bye.
Purple, red, blue.
Okay, and what about the shapes?
Triangle, square.